Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I'm the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. In today's reading, we're going to be doing a singles only love reading. I haven't done a singles reading in a long time, and I haven't done a love specific reading in a while too. So just to recap, this is for romantic love interests. I'll be doing a friendship / platonic reading very soon, as many of you have suggested it, and I love the idea. But until then, we do need to give extra attention to our singles, those who are as single as the last Pringle in the Pringle jar. So we got a lot to cover today. We are going to start by asking what is the key theme in your love life right now for each of the three groups. Then we're going to ask who is your primary love interest, what is next in love for you, and what advice do you need right now. There will be an extended reading where I'm going to follow my old format of asking Spirit a specific question for each of the groups. So the question we're asking is who is coming towards you next for each of the three groups. If this reading style works out pretty well, because it's my first time doing a singles only reading, I do hope to be able to add more groups for my singles, just because I know that there's a lot of potential when you start from a blank slate. So it's highly likely that you may feel drawn to more than one group, just because the possibilities are quite almost literally endless. You may have messages that cross over into two different groups. With that being said, I have also recently moved, so I'm not able to do a super long reading this time around. We're just going to pump out as much information as we can in a short period of time. So I'm going to try not to use all my big Gemini rising words, and I'm going to try my best to just get the messages to you as I hear them directly, and hopefully with minimal words, although I've already found myself rambling in this intro. We'll see how we go. Before we get started, I want you to really clear your mind and consider just focusing on this video. Try to limit your distractions. Before I introduce the groups to you, I just want to make sure that you've approached this reading with your energy here, so that we can direct you to a group that has the most helpful messages for you. So really quickly for everyone, just limit the distractions. I'm going to play the singing bowl, and we're going to hopefully reset the energy and get ready to introduce you to the three groups. That one wasn't quite strong enough. Let's do another one. Okay. So remember, you're here because you're single and you want to know all about your love life. Without further ado, let me introduce the three groups to you. Okay, so starting from the left side, we have group one over here with the amethyst crystal, if it will focus. So this is group one. Very simple today. We're just using crystals, no cards, no other objects. If you feel drawn to this crystal, you will be a part of group one's reading. Group two, you have this beautiful unknown crystal, to be honest with you. I recently acquired this crystal, but I loved the brilliance in that deep, deep indigo color. We see a little bit more purple at the top of the crystal and more blue at the bottom. It is very much giving me 6th chakra energy. So if you feel drawn to this indigo crystal, you'll be a part of group two's reading. Last but not least, group three, you have this brightly colored green malachite crystal. It is a beautiful specimen, if I can show it to you. We've got some more sort of malachite traits at the back here where we see the layering in the green. If you feel drawn to this green malachite crystal, you'll be a part of group three's reading. So pause the video now if you need more time. There will be a brief meditation video as well to help hopefully connect you to your intuition so that you can intuitively select a group that you feel most drawn to. If you already know, or when you know which of these 3 groups is yours and which one is pulling you in the most to start with, click on your timestamp in the description box and join me in your reading. Hi and welcome everybody to the meditation portion of today's reading. We're going to start our meditation by taking in 3 deep and mindful breaths. We're going to inhale for 3 seconds and exhale for 3 seconds. I will be counting down from 3 to prompt you and guide you through this. Are we ready? Sitting comfortably in your seat. Make sure that your posture is comfortable but supported. Make sure that if you are lying down, you aren't straining your muscles. Now, connecting to your intuition involves being able to relax your body enough to not feel distracted by whatever tension you could be feeling from the position that you are sitting or laying in. So get comfortable, relax, wiggle a little bit, move your joints around, find a position that has the least amount of strain on your muscles and joints. And we're going to start our breathing exercise. You ready? First breath. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 3, 2, 1. Now from this relaxed state, I'm going to be saying a little, you could call it a poem, it's just a little passage aiming to connect us to our spiritual teams. It is a good time now to adjust the brightness on your screen, either make it brighter or make it less bright, a comfortable brightness level so that your eyes can slightly unfocus. The only thing you really need to focus on is my voice. While I say this, let your mind drift and wander. Let the thoughts pass through. Don't hold on to them. Don't become too attached to them. Just let them drift in and out. It's very important that when they come in, you let them go straight out. Spirit, we recognize that today's reading is a general reading. And we are here today to gather the most clear, honest messages that we can for ourselves from our spiritual team. Please help us to connect to a group that will resonate most for us right now. Guide us in selecting this group by showing us which of these 3 groups may offer us the most honest messages individually. Connect us to our spiritual team of angels, ancestors, and guides, if helpful and needed, so that we can extract the guidance, information, support, and clarity that we need from today's reading. And while it is a general reading, we hope that one of these groups with the most honest and clear messages will become obvious to us now. Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to just have a look at the screen, leaving your eyes relaxed. They may still unfocus, or they may fixate on one specific crystal. Let your eyes gaze across the screen. And when you find yourself feeling more drawn towards one particular crystal, click on your timestamp and join me in your reading. If you do need more time, pause the video now or repeat this meditation. Hi, my group ones. If you chose this cute little amethyst crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll put your crystal down there. I'm also going to turn my phone back on because I had the list of things that we're covering on here It's going to be a pretty juicy reading. I'm going to have to talk concisely though, so that I use fewer words to get just as many messages. I hope you listened to the intro, but I did move recently, so I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. But I do hope, sorry, I'm just drinking water at the same time. Oh my gosh, sorry if you heard that. I do hope to be able to deliver you all the messages that you need. So let's get into it. Group 1, starting with my musical messages oracle deck. Spirit, what is Group 1's key theme in their love life right now? What is Group 1's key theme in their love life right now? What is Group 1's key theme in their love life right now? What's Group 1's key theme? We have ecstasy. Okay, and at the back of the deck we have acceptance. Let me zoom in a little bit because you're quite far away. Alright, so we have Guilty Conscience by 070 Shake, if that will show up. The acceptance card at the back of the deck. Pause the video now if you want to read the lyrics or scan the QR code, Group 1. I will also show you this card. This is Euphoria by Sen Sen Ra. And again, pause the video if you want to scan the QR code to listen to this song, or while we, listen to your reading. But essentially, the key theme in your love life right now is embracing your sensuality and taking action towards what and who makes you feel good about yourself. There is a feeling here of being able to accept that what had happened in the past to you happened so that you could be where you are now. There is this strong push in your group to stay present and to make sure that you are focusing on the opportunities that are right in front of you. There's also this desire from your spiritual team to really show you who and what is available to you, almost in a slightly forceful way. It could feel like you're getting a lot of people's attention, or it could feel like you're being guided to do some adventurous things and to step out of your comfort zone and to maybe consider being bold and courageous in maybe little ways until you build up your confidence and feel that urge to really step out of your comfort zone in a big way. This group is definitely attracting people of a similar nature, and so Spirit is trying to kind of get your vibration in a position to be able to attract that. You pushing yourself, pushing your boundaries, and really learning from the past in a way that allows you to adapt and mold towards something new is going to be very, very helpful for you, my Group 1s. So the key theme right here is definitely about your sensuality. This could look like you just having a lot of fun with people, just hooking up, but doing it on your terms and feeling confident and comfortable about the way that you're doing that as well. It also feels like this is a karmic situation, and not in a bad way, Group 1. A lot of readers and a lot of people use karmic in a negative way, to the point where I feel like it has like a negative vibe to it now. It has a negative connotation. But the truth is, karmic justice or karma in general is just about balancing things out. What goes around comes around. And in order to attract that positive or good karma, we do need to put that good energy out there, because what goes around comes around. So part of you gaining more of that positivity and what you essentially deserve is by first setting that intention. You really feel like a group that may be engaging in a lot of sort of bold actions and doing things that people that know you might be like, oh my god, what is Group 1 doing? This is a Group 1. I've known Group 1 for years. Group 1 would never. And here you are doing it. So let's get a little bit more detail with tarot about, we're going to ask, because you're taking action, so we're going to ask who your primary love interest is right now. Spirit, what can you tell us about Group 1's primary love interest? Who is Group 1's primary love interest right now? Okay, we got the Page of Wands reversed, 5 of Cups reversed at the back of the deck, peeking through. Might zoom out a little bit. Who is group one's primary love interest? Differently. New approach. Think about things differently. Thinking about you. This feels like a new person, or it feels like someone who is yet to really engage with you, because there is a strong message here of stagnancy and essentially like somebody trying but then faltering because they may have lost the courage to be able to do that. So I do think that the whole, what's the best word for this? The whole point of you being able to attract this person is by emulating the energy that they also want to offer you. So I see this person really being at a point where they are someone who's trying to step out of their own comfort zone. They're trying to take on a new approach, take on a new strategy. With the Page of Wands reversed here, they could feel a little inexperienced or a little clumsy in how to talk to you. Then your primary love interest right here, right now, my group ones, is someone who isn't entirely confident in being able to approach you. They almost feel like there is a deficit in communication style, as though they need more experience, more courage, or just more relatability. Sometimes this looks like somebody who is like, well, I want to talk to them, but what do I talk about? This person is definitely outgoing once you get to know them, in that they have a lot of passion and fire. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're somebody that enjoys their hobbies, they have particular interests, and I think that you will have something in common. You just got to talk about it first. Spirit is saying there's two sides to this person, and you may have only seen one side of them. So you already kind of know this person, or they're in your radar. I feel like you'll meet this person by doing something that they also do. And the two of you already have that, but it's kind of like, well, what else do we talk about? So what else do you need to know about this primary love interest? Well, I'm seeing that this person is at a bit of a brick wall right now, in that they don't know how to move forward, they don't know what to do, they don't really know how to approach you. So that could be why Spirit is saying, you know, we need you to be able to go for what you want as well. What I do want to ask is there anything else that you can tell us about this love interest's energy towards my group ones? We have the Mentor reversed. So this could be someone that's younger than you. They're kind of looking to you for advice. They're looking to you for, okay, so what do I do type of thing. They're like, okay, so I have the idea, or I have the desire, I have the passion, but what do I do? There could be an age difference here. They could be younger than you, or you could be younger than them. There is almost this vibe of not wanting to cross a boundary as well, group one. This love interest feels like there is a serious reason as to why they should not be a fool and actively pursue you. They could be like a professional that in a setting that you visit, or a workplace. There could be sort of a hierarchy there that separates the two of you. They kind of feel like they have to be responsible, and they have to just think about things before they do it. Is there anything that you can tell us about what is next in love for my group ones? What is next for my group ones? We have the Six of, I want to say Wands. But Six is beautiful in general, because even if this is Pentacles, it's a beautiful feeling. I will double check, don't worry. I can hear some people be like, you gotta double check that, please. What is next in love for my group ones? We also have Justice reversed. Interesting. Let's see what I feel intuitively with that card. At the back of the deck, we have L'Empereur. I can't do a French accent. I'm not even going to embarrass myself like that, but I will. But I won't, but I will. I love embarrassing myself by doing accents, but at the same time, I don't want to be disrespectful. That's the main thing. So apologies to those who are French speaking, although there's so many dialects nowadays. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Gemini rising in full fact. What is next in love for you, group one? I really think with the Emperor at the back of the deck, the more courage you take, the less you're going to actually want to bend over backwards for people. It's the irony of the fact that the person that you're dealing with primarily right now is probably not the one that you want for yourself. They probably were your crush at some point, with the Page of Wands being here. They probably are somebody who you were attracted to. But as you become more bold and take more control and really sort of have that courage that we talked about, sort of putting yourself out there, stepping outside of a comfort zone, working on your confidence, you're going to start to recognize how easy it can be. And it sounds so silly, but like you're going to look back and you're going to go, well, what was their problem then? Like, what was their deal? It's not in a super judgmental way. I recognize that that's how it comes across. It's more from if they really wanted to, they would have tried. And with justice reversed, I do think that you're putting your foot down when it comes to overcompensating for other people's lack of actions. There's a difference between being shy and just not actually caring enough to try in the first place. It feels like this love interest is someone who the spark will go out with. So it's going to be interesting in your extended reading to have a look at who is coming towards you in the future, because you're going to get what you need from this person, some sort of external validation, a little boost in your confidence, more courage, and then you're going to keep moving forward. You're going to put your best foot forward and you're going to continue seeking more balanced and mutual interactions between people. So let's have a look at what advice you need right now. What does Group 1 need to know in terms of advice when it comes to their love life? What does Group 1 need to know? Oh. Okay. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So when it comes to finding the one, it feels like that's not supposed to be your focus right now. Your focus is supposed to be on what we talked about in this reading, building your confidence, having fun, going for what makes you feel good, enjoying your sensuality, pursuing what feels good for you in every level. I can't really say it outright on YouTube because I've been censored a lot in the past, but you're picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and you're putting your best foot forward. So your advice is really about keep moving forward, and it's also about putting the right energy out there to attract the right thing towards you, because I am noticing that there are 2 owls on this card. So if you're worried about being alone and dying alone, that isn't going to happen, my Group 1s. You just are worthy of someone who is more partnership material. If it's not meant for you, you're going to be protected from it. Rejection is divine protection. You deserve a partner, an equal, not somebody that you're overcompensating for. So your advice moving forward is to trust that the setbacks, the rejections, and the redirections are there to help you get more aligned with what is meant for you. So my Group 1s, that is what I'm seeing for you when it comes to your love life. I'm going to take this into your extended reading now, where we will have a look at who is coming towards you next. If this reading did resonate and you would like to join me in your extended reading, the link is in the description box. Please be aware that that link will take you to my extended readings page. So if you are seeing this reading after I've posted it for quite some time, make sure that you click on the right reading. It's going to take you to a page with dozens of readings. So you are Group 1 of the singles All About Your Love Life reading that was posted in May 2023. So make sure you either search the right reading or you click on it, you scroll for it, you swipe for it, you find it. Make sure you do that because it happens way too often. People accidentally click on the wrong one. So if you're joining me there, I will see you soon. If this is where we are parting ways, thank you so much, Group 1, for all of your time, your energy, your support right here on YouTube. I appreciate you for being here. I hope this reading was helpful, even if it was concise and short. It's been a pleasure to read for you, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi my group twos, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful indigo crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're doing a singles only, all about your love life reading. We're jam-packing it with a lot of information. It's going to be very concise because I don't have a lot of time. So I do recommend that you get a journal or something to write with and write on to make the most out of this short time that we're spending together. Without getting more dramatic, let me bring my list up. This is everything that we're covering in today's reading. So we're going to start by having a look at what the key theme in your love life is right now. For my group twos, what is the key theme in their love life right now? What is the key theme in their love life right now? Take a seat back in your clamshell. Oh my God, I'm just gonna get one more card. Oh, she ran away. Oh my days, sweet soul. Pause the video if you want to read all the lyrics or scan the QR code. That will take you to the song on YouTube so that you can listen to it. But at the back of the deck, we have Borderline by Tame Impala. And the card that flew out across the room was Just a Girl, No Doubt. Wow, okay. Same deal with this card. Pause it if you want to read the lyrics or scan the QR code. And the card that came out first is Alrighty Aphrodite by Peach Pit. Wow, same thing. Pause now if you want to. So my group twos, you're going through it, sweet soul. Oh, I don't know how to say this. The key theme in your love life right now is definitely a lot of taking the power back. It's very much a, listen, start paying attention because you're not being done by in the right way, and you definitely need to consider not upping the ante, but just taking better care of yourself and being more aware of the fact that some people are taking advantage of you, my group twos. I think that your love life is being impacted by other things that aren't love related. They could be family things, boundaries being crossed in the workplace, that type of thing. It kind of feels like your life is getting the better of you, which is not the fair vibe. It's definitely feeling like either you're being manipulated or you're manipulating other people. Take it as it resonates. This isn't a judgment place. We are just here to get our messages. But there is a strong energy here of imbalance and using and things being very transactional and very much someone giving more and the other person just taking. So I do think that a lot of you are in this theme of trying to find a balance, and you may be more kind of prone to attracting partners who are very like give and take type of vibes, either because you're the taker or because you're the giver. So let's get some charms. I didn't do this for group one, but I feel like we need them for you. What else can you offer group two in terms of advice and not advice, information about the key theme in their love life right now, please, Spirit? What else? All right. Baby, when I heard you. Do you guys listen to Kylie Minogue? That song is a Kylie Minogue song. We were meant to be as one. Baby, when I held you, it was like the first time. Anyway, Kylie Minogue, Meant to Be, something like that. I don't know what else to tell you. I was a kid when it came out. I don't know what else the song is called. Let me look it up. Let me look it up really quickly. I shouldn't be wasting time because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. But listen, I feel like I'm doing a disjustice. Meant to Be as One. Love at First Sight. The iconic music video from the 2000s. Kylie Minogue, Love at First Sight. The original King Kylie. Oh my days, have a look at that. But the charms are very telling. So what the charms are telling me is that group two, this theme is very much about trying to connect you with the right person. Look at these two dolphins, these two lovers. The thing about dolphins is they're very sexual. They are the only other animal that actually has orgasms or can actually feel that kind of pleasure. So I'm sorry, this is a love reading, but it's getting a bit 18 plus now. I feel like your key theme right now is very sexually motivated. Your love life is very pleasure motivated, especially with these grapes. There's this strong feeling of just like taking advantage of the moment and the fact that here's someone that you can have this intimate, they can kind of give you what you want. But with the leaves here, I feel like this is a changing moment. This is either temporary lovers or temporary situations. It feels like it cannot be permanent. It is a very temporary thing. You're almost grasping at straws. We are being shown, I love my cat, which I'm going to paraphrase into I love my. So I kind of feel like this is saying that a lot of your love life is just about making yourself feel good and doing it from a sexually sort of motivated way. If that doesn't resonate, there is a key theme here of understanding what you're attracted to and who you're attracted to. Exploring your sexuality in a logical, informative way versus some of you out here with the taking those practicals and really learning more about what you're into. Some of you could be getting very adventurous though with your sex life and just really sort of trying things that you haven't tried before with new partners. But I do think that you have to be careful with the little feet here. Some of y'all could be very close to getting a pregnancy or having an unwanted pregnancy or a surprise pregnancy. Whatever it is here, little feet are a warning sign for bebes. Outside of that, the feet in general are that idea of transitioning again and moving. So I do think that your love life is in a transitional state. You may be recovering from a situation where you felt like you were manipulated and now you're kind of embodying that behavior a little bit, or there's a residual energy there of your relationships and your energy being very push and pull, transactional, this and that, take and give type of thing. I'm also seeing a butt plug here. I'm so sorry, my mind, but that to me, like, listen, come on. It's very close. But anyway, if not, I don't know what else that could be, so we're just going to put her back. Interesting. So let's move forward. Who is your primary love interest right now? Who is Group 2's primary love interest right now? You might have messages in more than one group because you are so transitional. We have happily ever after, and forgive me, some of y'all are thinking of somebody from your past, an ex, or someone who you fell out of something with. Your primary love interest is someone who forgiveness is required in order to get this happily ever after. Ace of Cups. This could be a newer vibe. Like you could be feeling like you can start things sort of fresh with them with the Ace of Cups, especially with the Justice card reversed. Some of you guys are definitely dealing with someone who is almost, how do I word it? It almost feels like this is an ex or someone who you had a separation from, divorced from. Your primary love interest could be someone who is not exactly relationship material, either because you were already in a relationship or at this stage, like it's not going to work out in that traditional way. Take this as it resonates, but some of you could just be sort of seeing someone to help get over somebody else as well. Or you could be dealing with emotionally unavailable people. But outside of that, with the Ace of Cups here, you're very open to meeting new people. And some of you are getting new romantic love interests every day. Like it feels like we may be residually having energy from our past, but most of us are dealing with a new romantic love interest every day. Let me just bring my notes back up. I want to know what is next for you at this point because I'm so curious. The thing is, with the Ace of Cups here, there's a lot of potential. in the people that you meet and in your openness to meeting new people. It's just about how you feed energy into that. And with this energy being around you, I'm a bit worried about something quite pure turning into something quite manipulative. I'm hearing this world is forcing me to hold your hand. Don't you think I know exactly where I stand? Some of you guys are feeling forced to kind of do something, like you're being forced to meet certain people, or you could feel like someone's trying to set you up, or like somebody kind of did set you up in a bad way, like they set you up to fail, so now you have to do this instead. I'm hearing the one that got away for some of you. It's a very messy group too. There's a lot of messages here. So what is next in love for my singles in group 2? We have the 6 of Pentacles. What is next in love for my group 2s? And we have the 3 of Cups reversed with the Star at the back of the deck. Okay. So, oh, look at that. You can't see anything. So sorry. What I can tell you is that what is next in love for you is trying to find a way to get a more balanced sort of energy into your love life. You are trying to repay some favors even. It feels like people could be trying to repay favors for you, but it comes off of you recognizing that you need to start taking this a little bit more seriously to get to that point. You may even take a hiatus period and go, you know what, like I'm not actually going to focus on my love life much. Like I'm just going to focus on my work. I'm going to focus on my family. I'm going to focus on my studies. Or I'm going to focus on my finances, and I'm just going to get my health straight. Like it feels like you're more motivated by your material world with this 6 of Pentacles. You're trying to like repay your debts and get your life back in balance. So it almost feels like a lot of you are more focused on your future and doing that through the actions that you're taking towards yourself in the present moment. So you're being very careful about what you do and about how you spend your time. So some of you are separating yourself from a social group with the 3 of Cups reversed that has been distracting you from your goals or making you sabotage some of your plans towards your health and towards your money. It feels like others of you are just going to be focusing on one person at a time now. You're not going to take on too much, especially if you were casually dating. You're more focused on just, you know, the important ones or the ones that really stand out. But I can't help but get this vibe like you're not kind of looking. You're trying to just put it on the back burner. It definitely feels like you're hiding yourself a little bit from people who you used to connect with, from previous love interests. You're trying to just sort of get a revenge body on some people, you know, like focus on your health and then come back in the summer like, well, bam, like, look what I did. It's very interesting. And I think with the 3 of Cups being here, there's also this message of you being able to be a bit more serious so that you can attract more serious love interests, not just people who come and go and take advantage of the fact that you haven't got your shit together yet, because that's what it feels like, group 2. It feels like you believe you've attracted people who have taken advantage of the fact that your life was a bit crazy and chaotic and it wasn't all neat, and so they took advantage of the fact that you were a bit distracted and busy and, you know, you had a lot of things happening at once, and then all of a sudden you've felt like you were manipulated or the situation just got out of control. So I want to have a look at what advice you need now. What advice does my group 2s need when it comes to their love life? What advice do my group 2s need? Oh, we just got that for group 1. We're not going to do that again. Surely not. What advice do my group 2s need, Spirit? We're going to take that, but we're also going to take that. So Your advice is, when I think I've surrendered, I surrendered more. So to be honest with you, group 1 got that as well. And the universe works fast when I'm having fun. So Spirit is almost saying that you do need to helpfully sort of distract yourself, but you also need to make sure that you're actually enjoying the process, because then why are we doing it? If we're just working towards the outcome or the goal, then why do we do it? And it does kind of remind me of having sort of casual relationships, and how if you're not doing it because you enjoy meeting new people and it's exciting and it's fun and, you know, the whole process is fun, then why are we doing it? Spirit's saying enjoy the process or change the approach altogether. So I do think that your advice is very much about having fun with your love life and doing things that feel good for you from the beginning to the end, not just the ending, not just trying to scour for someone who can make you feel good for 30 seconds. It really feels like this is about, no, we got to have more fun. We got to make sure that we're actually enjoying this. It's our life. We can't compromise time. We can't get it back once we've spent it. Every moment that we can afford to contribute towards having enjoyment, pleasure, and fun should be spent, because if not, it is being spent in other ways, and we can't take it back once it's been spent. So when I think I've surrendered, I surrendered more is more about the outcome. A lot of you are very focused on some specific outcome, and that may have been temporarily giving you enough pleasure, but I just feel like the goal here for you from your spiritual team is to just make sure that you're enjoying everything about it. You're actually having a lot more, first of all, stability, but also pleasure from just investing in the process, which kind of looks like you pulling back and taking better care of yourself on a physical level, addressing your health, addressing your finances, and just getting back on track, basically. That's what this feels like, group 2. I'm going to take this into your extended reading now, where we will have a look at who is coming towards you next. I'm very curious to see what comes out for you. That's not the only question we'll ask. Obviously, we'll ask more questions and just see where the reading takes us. But if this part of your reading did resonate and you would like to join me in your extended reading, the link is in the description box, group 2. It will take you to my website, where the extended readings page has all the extended readings from the last year, and I think it's like 4 months now. Yeah. So make sure you click on the right group. You are group 2 of the Singles All About Your Love Life YouTube reading, posted in May 2023. So make sure you click on the right video before you purchase it. Thank you so much for all of your support right here on YouTube, group 2. It's been a pleasure to read for you, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this malachite crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Very beautiful. We're going to pop it back down. We're asking Spirit about your love life. Well, this is just for my singles, to clarify. I know you probably came straight from the intro, but I've done 2 readings already, so I'm going to say it again. We're doing a singles only, all about your life reading. Let's get into it. My group 3s, first we need to ask, what are the key themes in your love life right now? Let's have a look. Group 3, what are the key themes in their love life right now? What are the key themes? Okay, we have fear. This new thing, it's daunting. Rest my head, it's a border I'm crossing. All in my head, should I play it safe, hide away feelings and play the game? Waiting for by Rum Gold. You can scan this QR code and it will take you to the music video as well if you want to play that in the background of your reading. Is there anything else you can tell us about group 3's? Oh, we have Anger, Quit by Rio Cragen. Again, pause the video if you want to read the lyrics, or you can scan the QR code and that will play the song for you. This song is one of my favorite songs. It's so good when you just want to let out energy, you know. You can just have a slightly aggressive drive to work or to the gym for me usually. And we also have Manipulate by Tame Impala. So you're a very different vibe. Another group got this card as well. but you're a completely different vibe to that group. The key theme in your love life seems to be finding ways to open up again and to trust in love, despite feeling hurt in the past. And you're going to be at different levels because this is a general reading. Some of you already have someone in your life who you're considering trying something with. Others of you are just trying to figure out how to get to that state of trusting somebody again and of feeling like you can trust somebody again. I have a feeling with this waiting for card that a lot of you believe that love is knocking on your door or it's right around the corner, and you're kind of afraid of what that means. You definitely give me vibes of having an opportunity in love very soon, if it isn't in here already. However, I think that for a lot of you, it's just a fear of letting someone in who's just going to hurt you again, or letting someone in who's just going to cause troubles again, or do the same thing that other people did. It feels like we're almost comparing someone to our past and assuming that it's going to happen just like it did before. So I do think that this key theme is going to be something that instigates a lot of fear, a lot of heavy feelings, maybe not anger, but you could be preempting the fact that you need to be defensive and you need to be careful and you need to have all these boundaries and walls up so that people don't take advantage of you. And I think with this manipulate card here, a lot of you are also believing that this person, or the next person that comes in, should I say, is probably going to do you exactly like what happened before. I feel like I'm saying the same thing again, so we're going to keep moving forward. Let's have a look at who this love interest is. Spirit, who is Group 3's primary love interest? Who is Group 3's primary love interest? The Queen of Cups. Could be a water sign. Let me move some of these up a little bit. Could be a water sign, but there's a lot of love there. There's a lot of affection there. What else can you tell Group 3? Who is... We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position. Who is there? That was very quick. And the Queen of Swords with the Five of Swords reversed at the back of the deck. It's a little bit out of focus, but it is the Five of Swords, I promise. I wouldn't lie to you, I wouldn't. All right, so what I can tell you is this love interest of yours is definitely somebody who has spent a lot of time watching you. They're a bit passive right now. They're just sort of sitting back. They're not trying to take too much action. But they're going to be somebody who has spent a lot of time watching you. For some of you, this person hasn't quite come into your life yet. That's why you're here. You're like, I'm as single as a Pringle, honestly. But others of you, you're like, yeah, that kind of rings a bell. Because this person may already be in your peripheral for some of you. I feel like this is someone who's highly perceptive. They're very funny. They have probably a very wicked sense of humor with the Queen of Swords. Very clever. They don't miss a beat though. They see everything. Their eyes are always watching out. They feel like they sit back at the back of the room and they're just able to watch everything. But outside of that, with the Queen of Cups being here, this is also somebody who already has feelings for you, or at the time that they finally decide to take action towards you, they will have developed feelings for you. They're a very sort of compassionate person, but it's because they are someone who has learned how to be more comfortable with their feelings, with their emotions. They're highly perceptive, highly intuitive. They read people really well, Group 3. Honesty is your best bet with someone like this because they can tell if you're lying and they can tell if you're not being honest. So maybe it's not even a lie, but you're just not saying the whole truth. They'll be able to pick that up. It's giving like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces vibes in the big three at least. And I do think with the Eight of Pentacles being here, reversed, this is somebody who doesn't like to waste time. They are someone who will be patient before they commit because they want to make sure that they're putting their effort towards something that is worthy of their time, Group 3. They're not around here just trying to sell ice to people that live in cold countries. I don't like to use the E word. I feel like it's derogatory. But I feel like you're likely to start up a conversation with this person after them being around you for quite some time, and after the two of you brushing shoulders and being in each other's lives for quite some time. So let's have a look at what is next now. What is next? I don't know if I can zoom out. There we go. What is next for my group 3s in love? We have the 5 of Swords reversed again. And we have the 8 of Swords. So remember, we had the 5 of Swords reversed at the back of this deck, if it will focus. And then we pulled the 5 of Swords reversed in this deck with the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay, so the main reason that this person is your love interest is because they don't seem to cause drama. A lot of you guys are just looking for an easy love interest, someone who doesn't stir the pot too much, who doesn't do anything unexpected, who's easy to kind of keep track of. I feel like they're your love interest, but they are definitely more invested than you are. You're just kind of looking for a distraction is what it feels like. I could be wrong. But I just feel like you're not giving them as much attention as they want from you, if that makes sense. And based on your key themes, I also do think that there is some friction here, because it's like you don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to rush in. You don't want to accidentally do this and accidentally do that. And so you're being very careful about how much you give, and you're being very careful about what you say and what you do. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to force it. And with the 5 of Cups being reversed, it's like you're trying to be very careful about hurting yourself or hurting someone else again. I think that some of you may even be worried about hurting this person. But what is next for you is that you're definitely overthinking everything. You're overthinking a lot of your love life. You're overthinking a lot of your options, and you're overthinking to the point where you feel like you're trapped and you don't have anything that you can do. You're telling yourself, well, it's not really like I have a choice right now. Like, I'm just going to do this. If it was obvious, then maybe I'd do that. You're playing the victim a little bit and maybe martyring yourself with your thoughts to the point where you were saying that there's nothing else that you can do right now. You're single and there's nothing you can do. Even though you have this person around you, and maybe you're not that into them. That could be it. Maybe you are into them, but you're just afraid of getting hurt. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably a mix of the two. I do think that for a lot of you, you just assume that if it was going to happen, it would happen in a much bigger way, in a more obvious way, and you wouldn't have to bend over backwards is probably what you're telling yourself, or you wouldn't have to force it to happen either. I really don't understand how you're supposed to grow from this, so I'm going to get some advice, but I think we have more questions to ask for you. I didn't really ask more questions for the other people, I don't think. Let me look. Yeah, but we'll see how we go. It was supposed to be a quick reading, but not this quick. So we'll see what happens. Group 3 Spirit, what advice do you have for them when it comes to their love life right now? Actually, you know what I need to know? I need to know if you have another love interest. Does group 3 have a different love interest? Leroy, you have your eyes set on a big prize, but the person that's showing up as your primary love interest, as the one who's most interested in you, is likely not the one that you're most interested in. You want someone very specific. You probably want someone outside of your circle, someone who's very different, someone who comes through as very attractive. They're a specific type. Very charming. They're probably very creative. I don't know. They've got a specific thing about their appearance with this King of Wands as well. You're expecting someone who's very like dominant and kind of takes charge and will be the one to instigate. But instead you've got a love interest who really hangs back and is just watching and sort of waiting to see if it's even worth investing in. And so you feel like, well, I have no options, because if I did, like, they would be here by now. Goodness. So what is the advice for my group 3s? We have one card which is reversed. What other advice do you have for my group 3s? We might switch decks actually. I think this deck is better. What other advice do you have for my group 3s, please, Spirit? Oopsie daisy. Okay, we're going to take that. We have the Sustainer, the Medallion, the World, and the Forest. All right, so the thing is, we had the Mirror in the back of the deck as well as the Forest reverse. So Spirit is saying you do maybe need to be more realistic about what you're doing to potentially sabotage your chances in connection and dating. And you also need to be a bit more aware of how you're limiting your chances to meet people. If you really wanted to meet people, you could be doing a lot more, Spirit is saying. We have the Sustainers reversed, the Sustainer, sorry. And we also have, oh no, it wasn't reversed. I'm so used to saying reversed, I apologize. The Sustainer was upright. And we also have this beautiful card from the Gabrielle Bernstein Oracle deck, which is the, what is it called again? The Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. So this card says, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Now the thing is, your advice is very much about being more aware of your impact, and that can be achieved through prayer and meditation, but we also need to be able to use and practice what we preach or practice what we've learnt. I believe that Spirit is saying a tiny little step can make a big difference. A tiny little this can make have a huge effect. And with the Sustainer here, it's not about pretending to be someone that you're not, stepping out of your comfort zone to the point where you're selling yourself as a completely different person to who you are. To other people, that's not it at all. It's actually more about you making sure that you are sustaining a future or putting steps towards a future that you want and contributing actions towards the outcome that you desire. It's not even about doing this for somebody else. You're doing this for you, group 3. So Spirit is saying with the Sustainer, from little things, big things grow. But you do have to start somewhere. And you have to consider trying to put in a little bit more effort. I feel really rude for saying that, because I know that the mental side of this is very debilitating. But you definitely need to challenge some of that fear. And you definitely need to remove some of those walls and defenses so that people can actually connect with you before you reject them. I definitely think a little goes a long way for this group. So group 3, that is what I'm seeing for you when it comes to all about your love life, basically. We did have a look at a lot of things. We had a look at what is next for you in love, your love interest, who they are, what they're about. We're going to now go into your extended reading and have a look at who is coming towards you next. I have a feeling it might be this person, it might not, to be honest, because they are quite passive, but they're very much keeping their eye on you like a hawk. I don't know if I said that. They really only have eyes for you, group 3. But we're going to have a look at who is coming towards you in the extended reading. We're going to ask other questions too. That's just the starting question. And we'll kind of pivot from there and try to get as much information as we can in the limited amount of time that I have. So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you would like to extend it, click on the link in the description box. Your extended reading will be on my website. It is an extended readings page that houses dozens, if not maybe 100 different extended reading videos, so please make sure you're clicking on the right one before you purchase it. You are group 3 of the singles All About Your Love Life reading, so please make sure you select the right one. It is your hard-earned money. I want to make sure that you actually spend it on what you intended to. If you aren't joining me in the extended reading, please give me another second of your time to thank you for all of your support right here on YouTube. I really appreciate you for being here. Your time, your energy, your support is very, very important to me. I appreciate it, especially time. You can't really get that back. So thank you for being here. Look after your beautiful self. Keep seeking your truth, precious soul, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye.